Welcome to the DSQ podcast with Blake Lawson and Dakota Reynolds.
We're back. We're back. We're here. We're still here. Can you tell we recorded a lot today? Never mind. No. Anyway, we're fine. Hi.
Hello.
It is time for. I don't want to sound like a nerd here, but I'm actually really excited for this. I think it'll be fun. So, as we move into the brand new season, I feel like I can't hear anything. I think I turned that down too low. There we go.
There we go.
It's probably our flagship-ish thing from last year was our blind predictions. That was our first short, which got more views than everything else, which short-form media pissed me off.
Gotta love it. Human brain is fickle.
Yep. So, now starting, every episode will be 13 seconds long, and we'll be playing Subway Surfers on the bottom.
God, let's not talk about that.
No. All right, so let's get into it. Right into it. Blind predictions, Blake. You have put together I'm just blowing your horn, I guess, or whatever. Whatever.
No, good.
It's a great list of predictions. Of course, you did it last year. Knocked out of the park. Really good this year as well. So we have both been given 20. I mean, it's your thing. Why am I trying to explain?
I was gonna let you do it, but
Nope.
Got a list of 20 questions to predict the future. We are looking forward to the future, but our eyesight is going bad. Thank you, Fallout Boy. Yeah, some fun questions in here, some normal questions that you'd expect from something. Who's the driver's champion gonna be? Who's the constructor's champion gonna be? No one cares about that. Everyone cares about who the destructor champion is going to be. Let's hear it for that. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff this year. One that Dakota specifically brought in. There was another one that I was meaning to add to this, and I don't remember for the life of me what it was. So we're just gonna say rip that question. But I think I still did infinitely better than the year before on these questions.
I think there was one I was going to ask you about, like, oh yeah, were you going to include this one? I was like, oh no, she probably cut it to 20 for a reason. So I was like, oh, it was probably cut, and it makes sense.
There was definitely a few, like the Alexa one was literally just a desperation one at that point. Was like
yeah, but it's good.
It's good, but I was like, I
clever.
definitely had to come up with that one. Yeah. I was like, meh. Anyways, getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah. 20 questions, worth pretty much 10 points each for a maximum score of 200. Did not include a silly season question this year because fucking that's how that gets ruined immediately.
Yeah,
Thanks, Lewis.
I was about to say, at least Lewis didn't fuck it up before we even did it this year. So,
but yeah, 10 points, maximum score of 200. Some of them are set up differently. Like some of them are 10 points, just yes or no. Some of them are 10 points. I'll explain it in each question what the scoring factor is for it, and we'll get to that when we get to it at the end of the year too. But yeah, with that being said, 20 questions.
this episode is brought to you by Raich. No.
Absolutely not. Actually, honestly, just sponsor us. Hell, it's just as long as I don't have to play the fucking game.
Yeah. I was like, I think there's two sponsors of common sponsors of podcasts that we would accept. I think there's only two of them.
Yeah.
I was like, to be honest, and this is, I will be honest, not in that. We do use Squarespace for our website, dsqpod.com.
Woo!
So, but they don't pay us for that, and maybe they should. They're only the biggest website provider, so I'm sure they need them.
I'm sure. Totally. All right. 20 questions, starting with, I think the same one that I started it with last year. Who is going to be the first DNF during a race? I said it was 10 points for the correct driver, 5 points if you get the correct team, because this is a team sport, and all your fuck-ups are team fuck-ups. So
we're all in this together.
We're all in this together. I don't remember the rest of the song. And I did say that sprints do count as a race for this. That being said, I think it's going to be the little Lando Norris.
Oh, really?
Little Lando Norris. I genuinely think it's going to be Australia, and it's going to be at the starting grid. He's going to be in second place. He's going to try to get off the line, and he's going to plow straight into the side of whoever starts first.
Really? Okay. Kind of along, not the same lines, but is definitely a first corner offender. Little Georgie Russell.
How I fucking knew you were going to say George Russell. As soon as you said along the same lines, I was like, George?
Yep. George Russell. Obviously his crash at Australia last year was at the end of the race, but I don't know. I think I have a lot of justifications for my choices here. A lot of it is with the amount of rookies. I think George is going to feel the pressure of, I am leading this team now.
I'm the number one driver.
Yeah, so I think it's George. I think he's just going to send it a little too much. And I don't necessarily know if it's turn one, but it is George. It's very possible. Takes out everybody in front of him.
All right.
So we both went with that rookie class minus Alex.
Yeah. I can't rule for Alex. All right. So
yes, because he has such a good track record in Australia.
Shut the fuck up. No, you'll get yours later.
Oh, I'm sure.
You'll get yours later. After that, who is going to be the best rookie? So which rookie, and I define that as Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli, Jack Doohan, Isack Hadjar, Oliver Bearman, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Sorry, Fernando Alonso fans, he doesn't actually count as a rookie. Fuck you, Liam
rookie.
Lawson fan, because surely there's only one of you. He doesn't count either.
He has been in two active seasons and as a full-time driver.
So
Ollie has not been a full-time driver.
Also, fuck you, this is our podcast.
Yeah.
We get to decide the rules. And this one, so which rookie scores the most points this year? And then I listed the scoring as 10 points if you give the correct answer, 5 if they're the second best one, 2 if they're the third best. Anywhere else, you get no points. You want to go first on this one?
Yeah, sure. We can alternate.
Yeah.
So I'll be evens. Okay. I went with the super rookie of Ollie Bearman. I think he's got the experience. He's driven in Grand Prix. He's driven in several different kind of Grand Prix as well. He's got the car. He's driven. Not only has he driven a faster car, he's driven the car virtually he's going to be driving in this season. He's got experience. I think it has to be Ollie. And I think because he has experience, he's not as much pressure being in Haas as some of these other drivers in their rookie seats have a lot more pressure. So, Ollie.
I mean,
he's Bearman.
Fair enough. Solid fucking answer. I went with the risky option here. I went with the other definition of super rookie.
Fernando Alonso.
No, I went with Andrea, Kimi, Antonelli. Very little actual race time or anything, but he's in a Mercedes, so it's got to count for something.
Yeah.
Like, out of the choices that I saw, I feel like he's the best equipped, although maybe not the best trained so far. I don't know how that's gone. I don't know how that is, but I think being in a good car has to count for something. Checo.
Let me interject here just by saying that because we said in previous 2 episodes, haven't said in this episode, we did not account testing in this. We had these answers locked in by as little as 30 minutes before testing started. We still avoided it. So that being said, we have not seen any of the rookies drive.
Yeah, no.
So we wanted to make sure that was clear. It was like, this is truly blind predictions.
Yeah. Timeline for this was 4 hours before I started on the document, 3 hours before I submitted it to Dakota to do his answers and did my own, and 30 minutes before we had it locked in. So
mine has at the bottom I have locked in at 12:33 a.m.
I did not include this, but
just in case.
I was done an hour
in case we
afterwards. So yeah, in case we get audited. God. All right.
Yeah,
So next one's your question. So you actually provided this one, and I cannot thank you enough for it. It's great.
Yeah, like it was kind of based on a loose kind of joke on Instagram on a reel. So question number 3: the rookies versus Lance Stroll. Who will have the most crashes? Quote, not necessarily DNFs this year. Lance Stroll or all the rookies combined. 10 points for the correct answer. Crash, spin outs don't count. Contact where another driver. Sorry.
I can word this a little bit easier because I'm the one who typed it out. But I was like, defining a crash. So spinouts don't count. So like if they just spin on the track, doesn't count. That's not a crash. But and then like contact where another driver was undeniably Lance Stroll. Well, Lance Stroll's one of the people. George Russell sends it into one of the rookie side pods. It's not their fault.
It's going to happen.
It's going to fucking happen. But if George Russell does that, that's not a rookie crash.
That's not Kimi's fault.
That's not. Yeah, it's not Kimi's fault.
If that happens, turn 1, Australia, we're retiring.
Yeah, no. But if it is a racing incident, so it's like, oh, it could have been this person's fault or this person's fault, mixture of both, whatever. I am counting that as a crash for whoever it is. So, fucking Kimi and George just come together, but it wasn't necessarily George trying to send it on him or anything. Kimi was trying to overtake him, and they came together, and it wasn't really anyone's fault.
There was walls.
Yeah. Racing incident, still going to count it against Kimi. I said that it would be the rookies. As funny as it would be for Lance Stroll to have more crashes than the rookies combined, I think mathematically it makes more sense to have the rookies, because there's going to be instances where there's 2 rookies with racing incidents together, and that's now 2 points for them.
Yeah, it's just by the numbers. It would have to be the rookies. That's why I went with Lance Stroll, because it's the funniest answer. And it'll be the greatest 10 points at the end of the season I will get. Just to confirm, I will show Blake the document. I have said Lance Stroll. Now listen, I can justify it a little bit. Like I said, there's justification.
It's Lance Stroll. That's the
Lance
justification.
There are high-pressure rookies. They're bound to make mistakes, but also they know that, you can get booted.
Don't fuck it up.
So, well, Lance is doesn't have that danger.
I don't know. They've kept fucking Logan Sargent around for a while.
Yeah.
They also kept Alex Albon around for a while, but we're not going to talk about that.
But yeah, I think Lance does it. Don't tell him the odds.
That'll be funny as fuck if you're right. If you win those 10 points, I might give you a bonus 5 points on principle. Holy shit. Oh, that one genuinely took me out for a minute. All right.
I figured you would also pick that just for the joke.
So. No, I went for the mathematical. I'm in it for the points. I lost last year, so I got to win this year.
Sure, I have winner's confidence, cockiness.
All right. So the next one, the next 2 actually are what we define as Blake's fave and Coda's fave. So our favorite tracks. Mine, of course, being the Baku City Street Circuit in Azerbaijan. So, who wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? 10 points for the correct driver and 5 points if you guess the correct team. So, i.e., say you pick Alex, but Carlos wins, you get 5 points.
Excuse me. Sorry. Azerbaijan street race. Was looking at
the king of streets, right?
Yeah. Checo Perez makes his return. I went with Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari. I think the Ferrari typically does well at these kind of streets when you don't crash into Castle. When you're not stupid. But, and I think Lewis, I have a lot of confidence in Lewis this year with his move. I really think it's going to be a good year for Lewis and Ferrari overall. So, I'm going with Lewis.
Well, we both have a potential to score points on this one because I went with Charles Leclerc. I went with his history with this track, which seemed to be fairly well. I think he's on an upwards trajectory, and he's got some confidence about him now. He's beat the fucking curse. Yeah, it fucked him over after the curse, yeah. But you know what? He beat the fucking curse. So I think I think Charles wins Azerbaijan. He wins those.
He's overcome everything, so he's got to overcome I'm stupid. It's the next step.
It is
World Championship after that. After Lewis wins his 8th this year.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, sorry, I'm looking further down the document. All right. So on for your fave, which your favorite track is Coda. The United States Grand Prix, which makes fucking sense.
Yep, Coda's Coda.
Yep. So yeah, same question. Who wins the United States Grand Prix? It is an odd question, so that is me. It threw
'cause
me
we're
off because of the
opposite,
names.
It's
Yeah.
opposite of our tracks.
Yeah. So I went with Max Verstappen. Pretty solid track record with this track, so why the fuck not?
Solid guess. I see Max. I actually went for Oscar Piastri.
Dope.
He didn't have the best first race there. Didn't have the best sprint race there. But he's gotten better, and I think McLaren is a force. And I didn't want to pick Lando. And honestly, I think it's Oscar's due for it. So it's a genuine belief that I think Oscar can do run out with Coda.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe we'll get to see Hero this year. Fuckers.
Hopefully so, but I doubt it. All right. After those favorites, how many British driver podiums will we have this year? So British drivers are Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, and Oliver Bearman. I said we will count any stand-in / replacement drivers who claim the British flag as well. So someone gets swapped out. Hey, they're British. There's counts for that. And this is there was an important distinction because you almost did this as like victories, and no, it was not victories, it was podiums. So podium positions, you could have
first, second, third,
3 people on the podium all be British at the same time. Sorry, Ollie. And then also of note, so this one is a 10-point proximity based answer. So say you guess fucking 15, and then, there were only 12 podiums. So you would get 7 points off of that because 3 points is the difference there. So just subtract the 3 from the 10 you would get from getting the correct answer. And that is an even question. So that's you.
I'm still terrified of this question. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if this is high. I feel like it's low, but I don't know because it's to podiums, and
I mean,
there's a lot of
the
Brits,
most you could have is like what?
24 times 3.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
72?
Sure. It's a lot of podiums. So many podiums.
Oh,
again.
fuck. Oh, fuck. That's so many podiums. Oh, I fucked myself.
And I was going to say, too, it did not specify if sprints were included or not, either.
Ooh. Did you include yours with sprints or without?
I don't... I mean...
Because I will base it based on your answer. I didn't, but
I don't think I did either, but...
Okay. Either way, I'm fucked on this one, so...
Yeah. Do they play the national anthem after a sprint? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
Then there you go. It doesn't count. Okay. I did 18. I don't... Like I said, I don't know if that's if 3...
I think we're both fucked.
Okay. Like I said, 3 top Brits. So let's say Lewis... I mean, Lewis is God tier. Let's say Lando is awesome. And let's say Ollie is the best driver of all time. And the first 6 races are 3 podiums. I'm fucked.
Lando is consistently getting on the podium / winning races. That alone could get him 24 fucking of those. On top of having Lewis at Ferrari, on top of having George Russell in Mercedes, on top of maybe Ollie doing good in one race. I went with 20. We're so cooked, chat.
Well, I did go back and looked at last year's record, kind of going by it. And I was like, there wasn't nearly... Like, it was Lando, really. Like, yeah, Lewis got his couple, George got his couple, but it was really Lando, and there was still a lot that Lando didn't.
But Lewis is now in Ferrari.
Yeah. Which could go great. It's blind. Who knows?
But he's also a world champion going to Ferrari, so...
He might finish last. He might crash in Monaco and walk off to his yacht. That was at Alfa Romeo, but... No, that was at Ferrari.
That was Ferrari, because that was still old school graphics. Yeah. Oh...
I think that's a bad going by it. I was like, I went with the under more than the over.
If I thought about it a bit more, 40 would have been a more accurate or adequate answer. But
and then
no,
if I was thinking about sprints too, also I just got off my document. God damn it.
20 is locked in, and I did not consider sprints in the slightest. So,
oh well, we're cooked, chat.
We're cooked. Let's go. All right. Next up, will Red Bull and Racing Bulls have the same lineup in the last race as the first race, because they are very fucking fickle. My footnote for this one, for all intents and purposes, just in case something crazy happens with Abu Dhabi, as in just they don't race there for whatever reason, sprints will count as a race on this one. So something crazy happens at Abu Dhabi, something crazy happens at the Grand Prix for whatever, the sprint race, the last one, if that somehow is the last race of the season, then that one does count. But yeah. I said that no, the fucking season will not end up having the same lineup in the last race. Specifically...
Oh, you went specifics?
I said they'll promote Hadjar when Lawson fucks up.
There it is. Yeah. No, they will. Like, no,
they
you're
absolutely
right. You're 100%
will.
correct. That is what is happening. This is the one I'm pretty sure we both knew we agreed on was no. There's no shot.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
This is not going to work out how they wanted to. I did not go into detail like that. Fuck you.
I would have hoped you would have went into detail and said, "Oh yeah, they'll come to their senses and Yuki Tsunoda will be promoted."
Liam will. Yeah.
Liam will just.
All
right, you know what? I can't share those thoughts.
Liam will give up his citizenship, vote to America to vote for Trump. What?
God.
I'm leaving it in. Fuck it. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't think so. I won't copium that it will be Yuki getting the spot he deserves, but I'm pretty sure something will change.
Something will change in there.
That could be Max going on paternity leave.
Oh, it very well could be. All right. After that, and I placed this one right where it was in the last one, or either right where it was in the last one, or I placed it right where Monaco is in the series, so 8th. Monaco podium positions. So this one's a little funky. It's proximity based, but it's 3 proximity based points for each position, so each like podium position. And you get a bonus point if you get it exactly correct. So if your 3 drivers end up exactly where you said they would, you get that extra bonus point. Otherwise, basically, if you get 9 points, you get 10 points.
So, I don't remember when I did this if I knew about the Monaco 2-stop requirement or not. I feel like I would have, given the date, but I don't necessarily remember thinking about it. But my top 3 are P1. Or should I go P3 to P1 or P1 to P3? Which is better?
It doesn't matter. I'm probably going to go P1 to P3.
Okay. That's how I've written down, so easier. P1, Lando Norris. P2, Max Verstappen. And P3, Chuck Leclerc. I think because Charles beat the curse, I'm sure he would still like to win, but I think he's just gonna. He's focusing on I think he's gonna be focusing on a driver championship more than winning his home races. Like it's on his checklist.
It's not on his back anymore.
Max is Max.
Max exists,
and Lando's gonna be hungry, and I feel like he's gonna do well enough in the quality. And that's even with the changes. It's Monaco. I know I'm high hopes for the changes, to be honest, which we didn't talk about in the last episode when we were talking about the change to the mandatory 2-stop. But
well.
But yeah, Lando, Max, and Charles.
So, I did a funny. I gave the exact same lineup as 2024. The exact same, I think this is the actual podium positions.
I don't remember besides Charles winning.
Yeah. So, Charles in P1, Oscar in P2, and Carlos in P3. Except Carlos is in a Williams now, so...
I have a feeling you've repeated your crazy prediction from last year, haven't you?
No, I haven't. Funnily enough, I have not.
When we get there, we'll talk about what the joke we're going to make with that. That would have been funny as fuck.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I'm happy with yours.
So, after that, I have the team with the most DNFs, which I do believe we did this one last year. In fact, I know that we did this one last year because it was such a pain in the ass to fucking deal with at the end of the year. Because everyone had a different definition of it. And I was like, I just want DNFs. DSQs don't count. DNSs don't count. None of that shit counts. Just DNFs. Fuck you.
DNF as in did not finish. So even if they classified DNF?
If it says DNF by their name, they did not finish. It
doesn't affect my answer, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just clarification's sake.
Yeah, no. 10 points for the correct answer. I said... Ooh. Who's that again? I do know who that is again. I said Kick Sauber.
Okay.
I was like, who's on that team again?
Did
Nico
you
and
put
Bortoleto.
drivers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I forgot who was on the team. So
You said that. I'm like, oh God, was I supposed to put a driver? I did not. I put a team.
no. I was.
In fact, I put the same team, Kick Sauber.
I mean,
I think Alpine proved at the end of the season they fixed their reliability, and that was my only one that I went with last year.
yeah.
My third, distant third, but still third was Red Bull. But yeah, no, Sauber. I think they're just in on Audi in 2026. So this is kind of we're gonna develop a driver in.
This is their fucking
Gabby
year,
D, and that's it.
and you've got Gabriel Bortoleto there, brand new rookie, which I want to root for, but also he's a rookie. So yeah, glad we could agree on that. Speaking of damages and crash and awfulness and destruction, who is, as we reach the halfway point through here, going to be the winning driver of the Destructors Championship? And I said 10 points for the correct answer and 5 points if you guessed the driver that's on the same team.
So I have a sub note on this one. It says, going to overtry, this is not from the bias. I had Kimi Antonelli first, and then I changed it to Liam Lawson, because I feel like he's going to just be too fucking proving himself. Oh, I'm going to fight Max, even though he's been told explicitly not to fight Max. Oh, I'm going to be good. I'm proved to be here. He's going to be over all that. And he's just going to fucking send it too hard, too much. Yeah. I thought it'd be Kimi almost for the same reason of he's the highest pressure rookie, I want to say. Mm-hmm. He's in the highest seat. He has a lot of pressure on him. So that's why I was going to say Kimi, but I kind of think Liam is going to...
Here's the problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
If he causes enough harm to the team, they will just fucking cut him. They will just say, nah, get lost. And that will immediately stop his numbers at that point in the season.
Also, I put Liam Lawson V-Carb on there. I realized I made that mistake. Or did I? No, he's going to get kicked out and then continue to cause. He'll be on V-Carb. God. They're going to swap him. Do a true swap, not just drop him. They're going to do what they did with Daniil or whatever.
God, yeah.
Just swap.
Now, with that being said, I did say Esteban Ocon. You're in a Haas, man. You're filling in the shoes of one Kevin Magnussen. I think everyone in Esteban's way is toast.
God, and unfortunately, he'll probably his teammate too.
Oh, Ollie. Okay. Well, as we move past that, I definitely went with some more fun questions after this point. Like, I think I saved a good chunk of this for the back half. So, number 11 on this list of 20. I named Taking Flight. So there's a lot of sponsors for these F1 races. Some of them happen to be another one of our special interests.
Special interests.
Special interest. I mean,
obsession.
Yeah. Airlines.
Neurodivergent.
So I asked, what team will earn the most points in races sponsored by airlines? And those races are Bahrain, Britain, Azerbaijan, Singapore, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Yeah. And then this was a what I called a 10-5-3 question. So it's the 10 points if the team you picked scores first, 5 if in second, third gets 2 points, and nothing beyond that. I said that given the nature of the tracks and their history on those tracks, I said Ferrari.
Shit. I also said Ferrari. Given that there's, you got your, Britain and Lewis, Silverstone, he's gonna do good there. He's gonna make himself do good. Even that car is shit. He's gonna push it.
Oh, absolutely.
To do good. Street.
I already said that Charles was gonna win Azerbaijan, so there's already that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yep, it's the mix of tracks. I really went for the tracks. Obviously, looking at those, I'm like, yeah, I think that's Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. Ferrari hands down. All right. Next question I called Fresh Boots. Do we get a rookie on the podium this year? It's a yes or no question. 10 points.
I'm going to guess we probably did the same on this one as well. Yes.
Yeah. Did you go into any specifics on that?
I did not. I thought about it. And I honestly, I was like, yeah, I'd probably see a Kimi, maybe an Ollie. Like, that might be the first Haas podium in a while is Ollie.
I did put that. I thought a couple of them were going to get there. Kimi specifically, but yeah, we'll get there. We're almost there.
I don't see Isack. I think Isack will do a lot of development this year. I just don't think he's going to be a star stud. So I don't think so for Isack. Don't think so for Gabby B. So
yeah, I don't know that.
Liam doesn't count.
I don't know that Hadjar will get there in a racing bull. Moving on.
Right?
Moving on. I called it the Great American Escape.
Please.
Because, God, we all need it right now. What team escapes with the most points in the U.S. Grand Prix, Miami Grand Prix, and Las Vegas Grand Prix combined? So similar vein to the taking flight question, but with just the American Grand Prix places. Same thing, 10-5-2. Yeah. I said Mercedes. Because I don't know why I said Mercedes, but I said Mercedes, and I'm confident with that answer.
I said McLaren. Because I put Oscar winning Coda, so there's already one.
Yeah.
And I mean, they do well. I mean, it's Oscar's first win, or excuse me, Lando's first win in Miami. Las Vegas is kind of. I feel like Las Vegas is such a wild card race, kind of, sort of. But I feel like they still do well there, and yeah. McLaren is a force. Maybe I'm trying to sabotage them by picking a lot of their stuff. But yeah, it's McLaren.
Right on, right on. All right, this one I had to give a little bit of clarification for because I said it a little weird. And in fact, I might have to refer back to my other document for exactly how I changed the wording on it. Maybe not. We'll just go for it. So this one was asking Alexa. I asked my little Echo Dot Alexa to give me a number 1 through 20.
Sorry if you're listening to this podcast on a device.
I'm so sorry. Alexa, play Despacito. Hi, welcome back.
I was like, suddenly we're so much higher on the Amazon podcast list for some reason.
So Alexa gave me a 7. The seventh driver on the drivers tab at the time, at least, corresponds to George Russell. And I asked, how many DNFs would George Russell have this year? It's a 10 proximity point question, closest to your answer.
Gotcha. I already have this driver for 1, so I'm saying 2 for. I did even write Georgie on this one this time. George Russell with 2. I think he's going to get the first one, and I think he's going to have 1 more.
Okay. That just sounded like a weird way of answering it, and I don't know how.
Because I was like, oh, George is the answer. I'm like, no, the number is the answer, idiot.
The number of. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no, that is correct.
Out, I did say Georgie on there.
That's funny.
From earlier.
That is correct. And I also said 2.
Yeah, I was like, I got him for the first one for the season.
Yep.
And then
okay, I get what you're saying now.
Right when Carlos is about to get Williams their first podium in 600 years, Crofty's going to say, and there's the cheers of the crowd, and George Russell's going to commit off-trackedness. Off-track uku.
Off-track uku. God.
It's that Peter Griffin meme. Oh.
All right. This is the Chekhov's gun. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is the big fun one.
I'm so glad I go second, too.
I'm so glad you go second, too. This
Will
one.
You survive?
Will you survive? This is the biggest shocking prediction, and it is just a blanket 10 points if your shocking prediction comes true. I'm going to go back on what I said earlier when we were regarding the rookies getting a podium, and I think that Isack Hadjar will score a podium with Red Bull.
Okay, you're really doubling down on that. I told you I thought mine was going to be potentially potentially lame, but mine is. We will have another Seb-like mid-season retirement announcement that will trigger silly season.
Oh, God. Oh.
I think someone's going to be peace.
Hey, I'm going to retire at the end of this season. Is it going to be Fernando? I know you didn't specify, but
I did not specify. I was thinking maybe Fernando. I was thinking maybe Lewis. I was thinking maybe Max.
Oh, damn, yeah, because he's going to have... Well, I mean, he's already got Penelope, and he races just fine having Penelope, but...
I think Max, and I've said this a couple times last year, he's a monster and a competitive machine, but he also doesn't fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
So if the bullshit's too much, he's just going to go fucking sim race.
That's true.
But yeah, I think I think we're going to have a repeat.
God, imagine he retires just mid-season, just fucking calls it quits because of the bullshit, and now you've got all sorts of moving around. You could have Yuki and Liam on the same team.
So the joke I was going to make with this one we were joking around about was just making the exact same predictions of you doing Williams on the podium again, and then me just literally taking the same soundbite instead of replacing Yuki replacing Checo. It's just Yuki replacing Liam Lawson. It's like the auto fill-in voice that doesn't match. Mm-hmm. Been funny as fuck, but no. I went a little more realistic. Like I said, maybe not as crazy or big shocking, but maybe a little bit.
I think mine, depending on how things shake out for the season, could end up coming true. I think he's got some talent behind him, but we'll see if that translates to the next level up. But yeah, I like those predictions. That's fun. Yours specifically was... I gotta write this shit down because I'm keeping track of it
I can send you the
as I did
document,
last year. Oh, well, yeah, I'll need it at some point anyways, just so I have it
And
for the end of year. It makes that a little bit easier.
Yeah, and like I said, we were waiting so we have live reactions. We can probably still do a slideshow at this point.
Oh, yeah,
for the video if
absolutely
you're on our
could.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you want to see a slideshow, maybe there's one on the YouTube video version of this. Maybe not. It depends on if me or Blake or we have someone else do it.
I mean, since we got this all out of the way tonight, I can probably do it tomorrow. So
And I think this is episode 3, so
yeah,
we still got a little bit. We still have 1 and 2 to go through.
All right, fun. All right, so this is sort of a twist on one that I did last year, but I also included that one this year as well. So last year I just did last place, last race. This year we're also doing first place, first race. So who finishes, even if disqualified, in first place in the first full lapped non-sprint race. So the special caveat with that was if any laps are removed for any reason, rain, an aborted start, a red flag / safety car shenanigans, etc., that race does not count. If they have to remove a single lap from this Australian Grand Prix, doesn't count. Didn't complete a full lapped race. And it's a full lapped non-sprint race, because those are like 20 laps long at most, so it's really quick. But yeah, they can even be disqualified at the end. They finished first.
I misread this question.
Okay.
I thought you need to continue. Sorry, but
No, go on.
I thought it was who is in P1 after the first lap of the first race.
Oh, I mean, depending on who you put, that could still be the same person.
I mean, my answer's locked in. I don't feel like I need to change it, but
yeah,
I've been confused a little bit. I was like, it's like basically I thought of if everything goes as planned, who is crossing the line to turn lap 1 to lap 2 in Australia.
Gotcha.
That's what I was thinking, but
still.
I'll still stick with my answer.
I was like, there's still pretty good answers regardless. So, like, there's a solid group of answers unless, testing reveals something crazy.
Yeah. Which, I guess my answer, which, again, I thought was going to do this, but Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari, he's starting off with a bang.
Heck yeah. I'm here for
he
that.
did his first ever F1 debut in Australia, I believe, anyway. So his first whole season.
That sounds
like
right.
That, so let's go. He wants to start off strong. He wants to set the bar high so he can go even higher.
Woo! Even further beyond. Plus ultra. Anyways. For
If
mine.
you look above my head, you'll see the reference.
All the weebs will get it. All the weebs will go crazy.
Okay, that's fine.
I said Max Verstappen. Because
Fair enough.
it's Max Verstappen. What other justification do I need? Yeah. Anyways.
A brake duct. By the way.
Fuck. Well, they fixed that. They fixed
Yeah,
that.
that was also race 3. It's race 1.
Yeah.
It's whole different now.
They got all that worked out. It'll be fine. Fucking hard cut
Yeah.
from this to him fucking flaming out or doing some engine completely dying.
Pulling it, following in Daddy's footsteps and just bursting into a ball of
Oh
flames.
my god, shut up.
Safely and surviving, he was fine.
I mean, he would be fine too. Those things are
they're
those
very
suits
flame
are good
retardant.
for 30 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Anyways, all that aside, then we go from first place, first race to last place, last race. Just as last year, who finishes last place in the last race? And I will go over this caveat as well because it did come into effect
came.
last year.
Thank you, Liam, you fuck. I mean,
Thought
you
I
w me
was
the
going-
win, actually, so never
Yeah.
mind.
I thought it was
Fuck
going
you,
crazy putting all that extra stuff in there, but you know what? It actually
So
mattered.
did the FIA, and they still had to add some shit for their qualifying time, so...
So, sprints do not count for this. It has to be the full race. If Abu Dhabi is canceled for some reason, it falls back into Qatar and so on, but sprints don't count. The driver must finish. If a driver DNFs, but they classify, does not count, does not matter. If they did not complete every lap of that race, goes on to the next person. And so on until, well, I say if they didn't complete every lap. If they didn't cross the fucking finish line as the race concludes in one piece. Some of them might cross it in several, but it's beside the point. I.e., as long as their name doesn't say DNF beside it whenever they cross that fucking line anywhere on the fucking boards, then it'll count. Yeah. I said Lance Stroll. Again, I don't think I need a justification for this one. It's Lance Stroll.
Is there a team one on this one? No. This is just okay. Yeah, Lance Stroll makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's got to finish all the laps, though.
I mean, he does, but I have faith in him.
Anyway, the reason I asked for the team one is because I said Fernando Alonso.
Fair enough. And to be fair, I think I didn't put the point scoring for this one, but I was treating it the same as the previous, like the first place, first race, because I kind of treat them as the same question, just inverse. So 10 points for the correct answer, 5 points if your answer is on the same team as the person. So either way, we have potential to score points. Yeah. All right. The last of the fun ones before finishing it off with the usual suspects, which I couldn't decide on a title on this one between two. So, and I hope you will help me with the editing on this one. But I went with...
So you want that cut?
Yes,
Okay.
I want that one, yeah. So, which is titled either Swear on Me Mum or Are You Kidding Me? Which should be self-evident, but we'll explain it regardless. Who is the first driver to get a fine for swearing on the radio? I said 10 points for the correct answer, or 5 points if, for whatever reason, you say fucking Isack Hadjar.
Well, as a Yuki fan, and we all know Yuki's track record, I actually went with Max, and I put in parentheses on purpose. I think he's going to do it because fuck that, and he knows he's going to fuck around with it.
I also said Max, and I said he simply will not give a fuck.
Yep. No, I think he'll do it on purpose to see if they actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you gonna fucking do? Find me? Go fucking ahead.
Yep.
All right, now for the two conclusion ones. It's the ones you're expecting at this point. Number 19. Who will be your 2025 Constructors Champions? I went with Ferrari. They were very, very close this year. I think a couple of Charles not just completely screwing everything after the Monaco curse. I think they walk away with a championship.
Canada. We could probably blame it on Canada.
Probably blame it on Canada. But yeah, I think Ferrari's got it this year. Forza Ferrari. And before Alpine ruins my plans. Of all people.
I've gone with reigning champions of not coming in first. I actually also said Ferrari.
Okay, fuck yeah.
I mean, when you look at my other answers, it's kind of hard to not say Ferrari. Again, unless they just clown the fuck out of themselves, there's no reason they shouldn't. Charles has been Charles has been really good. You have Lewis Hamilton, an experienced world champion, and who is invigorated and wants to make a point here. You guys, you fucked it up if you don't win this, Ferrari.
Yeah, no.
This is on you.
Yep.
This is yours to lose.
You've got it set up in front of you. You've got your cards. Now play them. All right. And finally, who will be the 2025 World Drivers' Champion?
Hinted at it earlier. It was a red herring. I think the animal cannot be stopped. I think he's still hungry and wants to try. I think we go for a 5-time in a row championship for Max Verstappen. I think he's going to carry the team on his back again, but it won't be enough for Ferrari. We will have the two drivers doing all their stuff, but I still think Max is Max. Like, there's no other way to describe Max other than Max at this point and saying he's going to do it. Are you copying?
Ha 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 ha! You thought it would be different this time. Yeah, no, I absolutely went with Max Verstappen. I think he is still a force to be reckoned with. I think Lando will push him even further this year, but I think he's still got it. Like, fucking reflect on my notes here. How many points did he win by?
That's a few.
A few.
I think,
wow. Did I not? What? Did I write those out of order? What the fuck?
It's very possible. So I did on my notebook. I did the thing you do with, like, did you ever have the agendas in school? Like,
yes.
I did the thing that everybody did. Well, I actually didn't do it. I ripped them out and got in trouble for it. But it's stupid to have all the pages. I don't need. Redo the, like, folding in half until the current page. So I did that all to my notebooks, even though I'm using my tablet for this one.
He won by like 80 or so points.
I was trying to pull it up, and I got distracted.
Yeah, no, you're good. It was by like 80 or so. He was 80 points, I think, ahead in before Abu Dhabi, and then he finished 6th, and Lando finished 1st. So I think it'll be super close. We might end up with a Abu Dhabi 2021 situation, but I think Max still got this.
It was 473 to 374. 437, 734. Make sure I didn't do that right. Yeah. So
I like that. All right.
I said, I think as long as Max still wants to put up with it, he will do his everything for this.
Yeah.
He is different. He is a monster. He's an animal.
Different.
And yeah. I mean, 4-time championship, pretty impressive. But like the jump from 4 to 5 is big. And then after that, it's Lewis and Schumacher. So, like I said, is it a 3-way battle between... let me rephrase it. It'll probably be a 3-way battle between Max, Lando, and Lewis, to me. I think that's what it is.
Casting Charles under the bus. Okay.
I don't know how Ferrari plays that. That's the thing.
That's true. They do have a new driver that could contend as the number 1 driver. Because in years past, they just treated Charles as their special golden boy. He can do no wrong. So, who knows?
I think they go into that, but I think I don't know. Maybe I'm just up talking Lewis. I don't know how I've gone from this time last year not
fuck
liking
Team LH, fuck Lewis Hamilton, to like Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton could fucking win it all again. He could be first 8-time world champion.
What do you mean? He already is now. Not that delusional.
Yeah, fucking Lewis goes to Red Bull. They could either be fucking, goddamn, I can't count. Dead air. Anyways, that joke gets cut because I can't do math on the fly, and I'm tired and I'm dumb and.
It's like 11 is combine the two. I don't know if that's what you're going for or not.
Yeah, so either there's 11 championships or fucking 12.
Yeah.
Somehow simultaneously they both win the championship that year.
I was like, screw it. They go into the last, same thing, exact same 2021 happens. Goes into the final race tied on points, but it gets canceled due to some kind of thing.
Count back.
They're all exactly tied all the way down, if I didn't plan this far ahead.
I'm pretty sure there is contingency.
They both fight Jake Paul. God,
they just fucking fist fight. That's it. It's just those two fist fighting. Who do you have in
hockey
that?
gear? Yeah. I don't. I think Lewis.
I think Lewis as well.
I think Max can be scrappy, but I think Lewis just has raw power over him. But I don't know. First Logan Paul, I hope everybody beats him.
Oh, absolutely.
Versus each other, I don't know. They hire NHL enforcers. They hire Ryan Reeves and fucking Matthew Olivier to fight it out. You probably know one of those names.
I only know one, yeah.
I was like, Olivier's like the current younger heavyweight, and he plays for Columbus.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't fuck with him. But yeah. Blind predictions. Some good stuff on there. Like I said, I wish I had a better like blind prediction, or like crazy, like shocking prediction, but Liam losing his seat, that's more of like a probability. Driver probably happen. Williams on the podium might actually happen. Like I definitely see that one going. As confident as we were about Lando getting his win last season, is how I feel about Williams' podium this year.
It's
an inevitability.
If that happens, I will be on a high until the next Grand Prix. Like, it will be insane. We're going to record that podcast, and I won't be able to shut up.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's going to be awful when they lose every single fucking race in P19 and P20 this year.
There's so many extra parts. It was funny. I want to tell the Lego story to be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Blake I think we mentioned this on the episode before this, the livery updates. Blake got herself a Williams, the new Lego series, F1 cars. And she was very nice and got me a V-Carb one. I say that because Lego is fucking expensive. So the Williams one had, 11 more pieces than the V-Carb one
Yeah, it was
did.
like 248 to 263.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
It's all the extra parts.
It's all the extra parts you're going to need from when you inevitably hit a wall.
So,
one of them was a mirror, funnily enough. It's Alex Albon's mirror.
it's actually a third mirror. It's a little set piece for the side. Man. That is blind predictions. It was just as much fun as I thought it'd be. I'm happy. This was also, we've been doing nothing but getting peeks behind the curtain today. We recorded these first 3 preseason episodes all in one night.
Yeah.
This is the last one we did. We actually did 2, 1, 3. Assuming I don't release them in a different order, but I'm pretty sure I won't. So probably a little tired too, a little loopy. But
A little loopy, but that's fine. It's funny because we're always rambling at the end of our episodes, and they're like an hour or so long. And now here we are, like hour basically 3 into probably hour 4 almost of recording podcasts, and we're just now hitting that phase.
Yep. It's just like we don't know how to end the conversation. It's like because we think of a conversation. I don't think of it as a show. We're just talking. We're just yapping.
We're just yapping. It's the F1 yap session
here. Well, we will yap in the next episode, which will finally be the return of full racing.
Woo!
In Australia, 11 o'clock at night. God damn it.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, honestly I prefer those more than the 2 a.m. China is going to be worse. Or like 4 a.m. Those are worse, I feel, but Brazil's always somehow so tough. I don't know why Brazil's always so tough. This last year was tornadoes, but that's not our fault. As we move into that season, as we're officially in that season, so
yeah, as we move into that season with less staff on the fucking National Weather Service.
Yep.
Great fucking plan, guys.
Luckily, it does suck, and those I still trust the Weather Service, and of course we have people like our sponsor Ryan Hall, y'all.
Go fucking support Ryan Hall.
Yeah, no. The sponsorship we pay for, right? We do watch Ryan, even though we're in a very tornado-prone area and local coverage is life-saving. We still watch Ryan.
On that note, also purely from what I read on Reddit earlier on r/tornado, go watch Pecos Hank and go watch Max Velocity. They're also really good streamers when it comes to severe weather. If you're ever in a situation where you think you need up-to-date information on that and you don't have a weather station near you, don't have a news station that's really going to pay attention to your area that much, go watch Ryan Hall, y'all. He'll cover as much as he can and as little time as he can, or go watch Pecos Hank, go watch Max Velocity.
Yep. So that's our free endorsement of the day, is Ryan Hall, y'all.
Go support your local weather YouTuber.
Some of them.
Well, yeah, some of them.
Well, there's one local one I wouldn't support, but, he's a little crazy. But aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
All right, we will see everybody in Australia as F1 returns finally.
See you all upside down.
Oh shit, it is upside down. Oh no, God!
Ah!
Follow the pod everywhere at DSQ Pod.